Okay, so now I'm going to talk about how I do the mascara. The instructions say to start with your regular mascara, a coat of that first, and then start with the 3D fiber lashes. I personally don't like to do that. I like to just start completely with the first step, which is the transplanting gel on my bare lashes. I think it works way better. The one benefit of the regular mascara is that it does make them more voluminous, but it can tend to make them a little more clumpy. So you really have to have like a light hand while doing that. So that's a little bit more difficult for someone who's just going to use this mascara and go. So what I've done right now is I've had my eyeliner, which I showed you before, and I've curled my eyelashes. Otherwise my eyelashes are completely bare. So I'm going to start with my right eye. So you're going to start with the first part, which is the transplanting gel. I also like to hold these, and I like to have them both open because you do one eye at a time, and you want to make sure that you're putting the fibers on while that transplanting gel is still wet and tacky. So it's easier if they're both open. You can just kind of switch between tubes. So again, I'm going to start with my transplanting gel, and you just put this on just like regular mascara. So you want to just make sure that from the root all the way to the ends of your lashes has a nice even coat. You will notice while you're putting this on that it's got a different texture than mascara. It's a little bit more tacky, so if you get a clump, you can kind of spread that out with the brush, whereas if you have mascara, just regular mascara, it's more of a wet kind of, once it's on, and you have to kind of brush it out or wait for it to dry, and it's a little bit more difficult. This has a little bit more leniency that way. Okay, so once you feel comfortable with the first coat that you have, you can switch, and now you can put on the fibers. So you want to add the fibers just to the tips of the lashes. This is a lot of times where people go wrong as well. They try to extend it all the way from the root to the tips. You don't need that much. It's not necessary. So just focus really on the tips. Make sure you get a nice coat. Once I've gone up, I like to sweep back down just once or twice like that. Just make sure you're getting the fibers kind of on both sides. Now you're going to seal it with another coat of the transplanting gel. And this part, so sometimes when you put the fibers on, it looks like it's going to be clumpy, like a blob of fibers stuck to the ends. But what's nice is, again, like I said, the tackiness of this formula for the transplanting gel really just takes those fibers and then pulls them. It won't pull them all the way off your lashes, but it'll pull them, and that's what really gives you the extra length. So you can see there's really no clumps. And when you get a clump, you just can keep brushing, it'll come off. Also, and especially for those of you that like to start with the regular mascara first, I highly recommend getting the new lash comb. It's got metal prongs, and the nice thing about that is they don't break. The plastic ones, they can break if the clump is pretty heavy. And it just kind of sweeps through them and combs right through them. Again, if you're not practiced with this, I've been doing this now for 4 months, so I know the feel of the mascara. But if you're brand new or just recently purchased some, you may want to definitely think about getting that lash comb just for the ease. Okay, so that's one layer. I like to do 2 layers. You can see already though the difference between my right eye and my left eye. If I look up, those are pretty insane results, and even just looking down. So now I've just finished with the sealing coat, so now I'm just going to add the fibers right back to that tip. Again, only focusing on the tip. You can kind of just see how the fibers just kind of clump to the edges, and that's okay. That's perfectly okay. So now you're going to take the last layer of your transplanting gels, and I just kind of shake the wand, and you can just see it coats it, really sticks those fibers together, and then pulls them out in length. So, you know, I think you can see as I'm doing this, there's really no clumping happening. There's not, it's not sticky, it's not goopy, it's, you know, it's nice and thin and it looks nice. It looks real. You know, my lashes are twice as long as they normally are with just regular mascara. And there you go, that's 2 layers of the 3D fiber lash. I think you can see why it's such an amazing. So if I look up, I just want to show you again. You can see how this one is extending so much further than my natural bare lashes. And now I'm going to just show you one swipe of the transplanting gel on my other lashes so you can get a good indicator of what it would look like compared to just regular, you know, one application of a regular mascara. You know, another thing I've found just using the transplanting gel and not starting with the beginning the beginning step of regular mascara is that my natural lashes have actually grown. And I think it has everything to do with the fact that it's a transplanting gel and not a mascara. It's a little bit less harsh, and I think your lashes have the opportunity to still breathe and grow. Okay, so this one layer of what, like regular mascara or just one layer of the transplanting gel without the fibers, and I think you can tell, like, look at the comparison here. It's pretty insane.